And we are live. My very first YouTube live. This was a spur of the moment decision. So beautiful souls. Oh, my water thing is falling. Beautiful souls. Welcome. Soul dancer, the white dragon here. I'm also a seer. Like a seer woman, I see things. And also I am speaker for dragons. I didn't come up with that title, just saying. They gave me that title, speaker for dragons, because they said I did it in the past, many, many lives ago. And they want me to continue. But you have to know dragons and the way they operate. They didn't say, we want you to take up this role again. No. What they said was, you will speaker and you will be our speaker again. End of story. So I am waiting to see if anyone will be on to ask any one word or 3 word question. So let me just put this in the chat. Um, ask your questions in 1 or 3 words maximum. That's what it's all about. Why? Because dragons do not want you to get into a story. Stories are distracting. What they want is for you to identify, to pinpoint the challenge or issue that you have. Bring it out, put it on here, and they will do the rest for you. That's the purpose. So it's either 1 word, you have a long story, it forces you to focus. You put 1 word in the chat, you put 2 words in the chat about your issue or challenge, or you put 3 words in the chat. And also, those things are long to read. All right, and I don't want this thing to start scrolling by so quickly that I miss it. So that's what it's all about, and that is the explanation for the dragon's decision. Okay, so we are waiting. So while we are waiting, what else can I tell you? I've been on YouTube for a while. I don't remember how long, getting my feet wet and getting my message out there because I have a lot to say, and sometimes I'm really not sure how to say it. I'm really not sure how to put it forward either because there is so much going on. Like, for instance, I moved. All right. I lived in a homeless shelter for 4 years. I was almost murdered in that shelter. It's a place where people are dumped whom nobody wants. Also, when I say almost murdered, this man was a narcissist, a bully, a just plain hurting human being who saw me, decided he liked me, for want of a better word, and that I was his woman, and so the abuse and everything began. I was terrified. The thing is there, it does take two to clap. I felt so vulnerable. I felt so lost because after losing all my money in Switzerland where I lived for 17 years, I had to return. So I returned to the family house and they kicked me out. After more than 20 years, I knew nobody. I had no friends anymore in the country. And consequently, with the help of Good Samaritans, I was able to find a bed in the shelter. I was too terrified to leave. I had no money. I didn't know what to do, which is why I ended up staying there for 4 years. And when I say almost murdered, that man used to show me this thing, and he was a hired killer, and nobody looking at him in repose when he's relaxed. They would get the vibe, but they would just think he's a bad man or a bad boy. Stone killer for hire. He used to show me that knife. The blade alone was 12 inches long. I exaggerate not. The handle was 6 inches long. So after 2 years of horror, of hell, of my guts turning to water from fear, of feeling as if I'm peeing myself, every time I heard his voice outside the woman's door, that day it was around noon when he came to kill me, because it was just noon. I kept reporting it to the police and all this sort of stuff, chasing me down in the street, all sorts of things. And when he had that just ready to sink it into my chest, you know what I did? I took a step towards him. I took a step towards that motherfucker. And I said, pointing my finger exactly like this, which he hated, go ahead, kill me. Just make sure I'm dead. Because if not, I am going to get you. Word for word. Those words are embedded in me. I slowly watched as hello, my viewer. Do you have a question for the dragons? This is my very, very first session as speaker for dragons on here. And I watched his hand slowly, slowly lower. His shoulders slumped. He turned and he walked away. And that was the end of 2 years and a bit of terror. That was the second time. I didn't see him again until he was lying on his deathbed. Yeah. And at the time I didn't know he was dying. The court case was up. I met someone else from the shelter because I had left. I left soon after that. And she told me that he was in hospital. The next court case was coming up. So I went to see what was up. Can you imagine how it feels to see this bully, this stone killer with a heart? Because he had a spark in him that I used to see with my naked eyes, and that is what pulled me into him. Because you know how stupid women are. They want to fix, they want to make things better. That's how I got fucked up. And to see this massive, strapping man under 6 feet, but so strong. He was down to like literally this, like the width of the screen, and wearing pampers. Yeah, I kid you not. I broke down into tears. I forgave him, and that's the last time I saw him until his spirit visited me after he died. That was it. Okay, I am going to go to 10 minutes, so 30 seconds remaining. If no one comes on, I think I will keep doing this. I like this. I like YouTube live. So I think I'm going to do this every day. I'm not sure what time though. I'll probably have to post a notice. But I like YouTube live. Yeah. So I think I'll come back on. Maybe I'll come back on in the mornings because I do a Speaker for Dragon session on Facebook in the afternoons. So I think I'll come on in the mornings on YouTube to see if anyone has any questions for dragons. Yeah. All right, beautiful souls. That was the backstory of my story. And this is why I now support women who experience, who need help to release the pain of the toxic relationships that they experience. I didn't know that's what I experienced. However, now that I do, and I have to heal myself and pull myself up and out and do tons of healing and dragon energy work on myself, which is why I now empower women to stand up, speak their truth without fear, and release the pain of these toxic relationships, as I have. Namaste, beautiful souls.